Please direct your attention to the back of the room and put your hands together to welcome, with his wife Andrea, London's next mayor, Matt Brown.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Let me begin by saying thank you to everyone in this room tonight. We have people gathered from every corner of the city, and that means so much to me, and it means so much for London. Thank you. You know, your support and your enthusiasm tonight and throughout the first few months of this campaign has been incredible. And I know that deep down, you didn't come here tonight just to support me. You came because we share something in common. You and I believe what London can be. And you believe that it's time for London to get back on top. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it. London is a city born from hard work, from industriousness, from passion, and from entrepreneurial spirit. It's the birthplace of giants in business, in education, in healthcare, and more. It's home to a thriving arts sector, world-class advanced manufacturers, a growing knowledge-based economy, and a not-for-profit sector that lifts up our community most vulnerable every single day. And I have to say that now is the time to build on these strengths, to recognize that we're not Waterloo, we're not Toronto, and we don't have to be. Now is the time to restore pride in this great community. Now is the time to move forward together. A few weeks ago, the London Free Press asked this question: what kind of mayor does London need? And if we're going to get this answer right, the answer to the question must come from citizens, not politicians. And let me tell you that that answer has come through loud and clear. Londoners tell me they want a mayor who leads with a collaborative approach from within the community. And Londoners tell me they want a leader who understands what it means to live, to work, and to raise a family here. Someone who is committed to conducting the business of this city in the open and in consultation with citizens. Someone who believes in a prosperous, sustainable, and affordable city. And they want someone who has the plan to get us there. Now, thank you. Now, over the past 3 months, I've been meeting with business and nonprofit leaders. I've been meeting with local entrepreneurs and many individual residents. Some of these people have lived and worked their whole lives here in London, and some are just getting started. Their voice is united, and it's unanimous. London needs a mayor who can bring people together, a mayor who can help London build on its strengths, someone who will shift the conversation from individual agendas to effective community action. And I'm here now to commit to you tonight, definitively, confidently, and absolutely, that I am that leader. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now allow me to share some of my vision for London. The London of the not-too-distant future has left behind the politics and divisions of old. It moves forward with focus and with purpose together, not divided. It understands its strengths and it trumpets them far and wide. The London of the not-so-distant future is a destination of choice that protects prosperity by boosting better business and building better neighborhoods, by creating more efficient transportation, and by lifting up our most vulnerable, by promoting partnerships between business, our hospitals, our educational institutions, other community partners, and other levels of government. London of the future will welcome and wow the world. It will. It will. And most importantly, my vision recognizes that much of the work ahead has already been defined by all of you. What we have to do now as a community is execute. Over the last several years, we have invested some truly impressive plans for the future. We have the Downtown Master Plan. We have the Transportation Master Plan. The work of the Age-Friendly Task Force, the work of the Citizen Engagement Task Force, the work of the Strengthening Neighborhoods Task Force, and most recently, Rethink London. These planning processes are the very definition of what I mean when I say our community can do better together. They were developed by our talented city staff in collaboration with Londoners from all walks of life. These plans lay out a vision for an exceptional community. The vision of a London where people stay and thrive for life. Now, let's take Rethink London for an example. It was the largest citizen engagement process in London's history. More than 10,000 Londoners participated. You shared your insights, you shared your frustrations, and you shared your dreams for the future. You are the partners with which we are crafting the roadmap for an exceptional London ahead, and you are the partners we need to move forward with this to make it happen. A good leader must be able to answer two basic questions. What do you plan to do, and how do you plan to do it? And my answer to those questions is straightforward, it's actionable, and it's laid out in 4 key directions. First, better government. Second, we need a strengthened environment for business and for job creation. Third, we need attractive, green, livable, affordable communities. And finally, we need to reestablish the public trust to lead this change. So let's begin with better government. Municipal politics in London is broken. That's a fact. That's not negativity, because we know that a recent City of London survey told us nearly 70% of Londoners are dissatisfied with the leadership of this city council. That isn't right, and that isn't acceptable. Leading can't be my way or the highway. It can't be an exercise in purposely dividing a team. Let's be honest. When we're facing a jobs crisis, the last thing Londoners want to see is a council that was caught up in infighting. And I can tell you, as someone who has worked in the private, public, and nonprofit sectors over the course of my career, I know that serious challenges cannot be swept away by empty promises. What stopped us from addressing our challenges is not the absence of sensible plans. What stopped us is a failure of leadership. The result is petty politics. The temptation to be distracted by loud voices, insignificant issues, and personal agendas. And here is the fundamental truth. The future of this community depends on Council's ability to come together as a team to make strategic, long-term decisions. And right now, that's not happening. And you know, this year's budget is a prime example of that. A lack of leadership and a flawed process made for endless deliberation and poor decision-making. For 4 years, we've been borrowing from our community's future to pay for short-sighted promises. That means more pressure on future taxes, less of things important to us like road and sidewalk repair, and a reduced ability to invest in our economy. This is not good leadership. This is not good fiscal policy. It's time to bring focus back to accountability and to responsible growth. Strengthening the environment for business is one of the important ways to do just that. You and I both know that it's no secret we're facing significant economic challenges. Our unemployment rate is 8%. Our youth jobless rate is 17.4%. That's nearly 5% higher than the national average. And our economic base is shifting, and it's shifting quickly. There is no question that we need to continue to play to our strengths in advanced manufacturing, agri-food processing, life sciences, medical innovation, and more. But we also need to focus on another important part of our economic engine: our local entrepreneurs, our startups, our homegrown successes, who will be a key piece of London's future prosperity. It's time to get aggressive. It's time to leverage the resources of our community partners and of other levels of government. It's time to create the conditions for London to be the startup capital of Ontario. That's right. Nurturing our homegrown entrepreneurs and attracting new ones must be a priority, because you and I both know when business owners don't have the support they need, the economy doesn't move forward. Businesses create fewer jobs. There are fewer opportunities for Londoners to support their families. This isn't good enough, and it's not what hardworking Londoners deserve. We don't need more empty rhetoric. We don't need more roundtables that are heavy on promises and short on deliverables. Now is the time for action. Thank you. And here's how I plan to deliver. If you want to start or expand a business in this city, the city should be there with you every step of the way. So today I'm committing to the implementation of a Better Business Action Plan. My conversation with London's senior business leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs are helping to identify major barriers as well as solutions. A focus on creating a culture of customer service and making sure the right people are in the right places throughout the process is just the beginning. I'll continue these consultations over the course of this campaign, and I will make implementing this action plan priority one when I take office, working together with business leaders. My council colleagues, the city manager and his leadership team will change the way you do business with City Hall and will help businesses start and grow faster. Because when business succeeds, our community thrives. And thank you. And that's what you can expect from me. Better support for business and more opportunities for job creation. A vote for me is a vote for a stronger London economy. Now, that said, we all know economic success doesn't happen in isolation. That's why we need to focus on creating an attractive, green, livable, and affordable city. Families thrive, businesses grow, and talent stays in a vibrant community. London has much of what it needs to build that place. Beautiful neighborhoods, world-class facilities, a thriving arts and cultural scene, willing and engaged citizens yearning to be proud of their city's accomplishments. What we need now is a leader who can build on this foundation with a plan for an exciting, exceptional, and connected London. And that means an action plan for how we grow, for how we green, and how we move people. It also means an intentional focus on creating strong partnerships with our region and its neighbors. This is how we make sure we give people who are living, working, and investing in our community the best possible quality of life, and how we make London an attractive place for new businesses, new talent, and new families to call home. A thriving, livable, and affordable city is the cornerstone for economic success. It's how we attract and it's how we retain world-class talent to fill those new knowledge jobs. London has struggled to retain the very young people who we need to drive our economy forward. With 2 world-class educational institutions right in our backyard, we can do better, and we will. This is my commitment to executing on these plans. We will take our investment in downtown revitalization to the next level. This means committing once and for all to things like moving the buses up Dundas Street, creating that flexible street, and making a greater commitment to the arts and culture in the core. We will move forward with plans for progressive and active transportation, from bike lanes to the next generation of transit. And we will ensure that the roads we use every day are safe, easy to travel, and in good repair, because we've got some of the best planners, engineers, and city staff in Canada. We will find a new balance. It will be positive. It will sustain a healthy community, and it will ensure economic growth, together with partners like the Chamber of Commerce, Reforest London, the development community, and the Urban League. We will invest in the safety and livability of our neighborhoods, the heart of our community, in partnership with neighborhood associations and leaders like London Community Foundation, Pillar, Goodwill, United Way, and many other pioneers of sustainable and inclusive communities. We will commit to never leaving behind our community's most vulnerable, fighting poverty, boosting literacy, promoting healthy, active living in collaboration with our child and youth network partners. We will. And we will endorse and support the work of groups like Emerging Leaders, Gen Next, and JCI, who are helping to shape the very conditions under which talent will flourish in a competitive, prosperous London. We will engage our regional neighbors in concrete plans for shared prosperity in the Southwest. These partnerships will be rooted in action, focused on projects that can be implemented together and benefit all of our communities well into the future. This is what Londoners deserve and expect from the families and individuals who are the foundation of our community, to the businesses that drive our economy. And that's what you can expect from me. A firm commitment to delivering an attractive, sustainable, and prosperous community, aligned with our collective vision for London. A vote for me is a vote for a strong, livable London. Thank you. Thank you. This brings me to my final and most important focus. It's not enough to have a plan. It's not enough to set conditions for good, stable jobs, to create a dynamic and attractive community, to create safe and vibrant neighborhoods where families thrive. It's not enough if we don't have the trust of the public to lead this change. It should be a given that elected officials have integrity, that elected officials follow the rules, and that elected officials model behavior that makes us confident, that makes us proud. That's right. That's right. that makes us hopeful, and that sets a good example for our children. As a husband, as a father, as a teacher, as a city councillor, and a proud volunteer in this community, these are the principles that I live by. We are facing critical issues that our council must be focused on solving, with your endorsement and with your trust. So it's time to restore confidence. It's time to engage Londoners in the political process and to demonstrate why we should all care about local government. As elected officials, we need to earn that trust that has been compromised by so many scandals, by so many negative stories, and by so many misstarts. It's a privilege for elected officials to serve, to have the public's confidence, and as elected officials, it's our obligation to maintain that trust. It is. Integrity, honesty, hard work, values to live by and to share. That's the commitment I make to my two sons each and every morning. And I'm making that commitment to all of Londoners now, to your children and to your grandchildren. In particular, it's my commitment to those Londoners who are still living without a job, without the security of a stable home, without the certainty of a warm meal. We can and we will do better. So 4 priorities: better government, strengthening business, creating an attractive, livable, affordable city, and restoring public trust. This is my promise. This is what I will deliver. This is my promise to lead the next chapter of London, our legacy to our children and to our grandchildren. We will leave them not only the values of a strong and inclusive community, but also a strengthened economic engine and an improved quality of life. Stable, enviable jobs, thriving culture, active transportation networks, beautiful green spaces where their own children will play. This is my promise: to lead a plan that's ambitious, a plan that's achievable, and a plan that's practical. This is my promise to all residents who expect a city that works, who deserve quality services, safe drinking water, efficient garbage pickup, clean parks and neighborhoods, and roads in good repair. To the business owner who expects excellent service, streamlined processes, and the best possible environment to attract talent. To the next Dr. Utker or Starlam North America, who want to optimize their operations and bring jobs to this community. To the budding entrepreneurs watching London unfold from the steps of Western or the doors of Fanshawe, who's deciding right now whether or not to make London his or her home and the home base of the next Trudell Medical, StarTech.com, R-Traction, Trojan Technologies, Voices.com, or so many other of our community successes. To our young children who want to play in safe, green spaces, who ride their bikes on pathways and sidewalks in great condition, whose families have access to high-quality programs and services their tax dollars support. This is my promise to all of you. This is my promise, and it's a promise our community can stand by. This is better together. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's why I'm in this race, to be your next mayor, to unite with you as I have in the past, to work together, to transform our city. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I'm determined. I'm ready to deliver on this promise, and I know that you are too. We start today. Thank you. Thank you.